Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Today we will be covering Anthropic's Claude Mythos model, triggering a White House meeting over national security concerns, how Opus 4.7 is being deliberately dialed back on cyber capabilities, the media firestorm framing Mythos as a major escalation in AI risk, and growing developer frustration over changes to Claude Code. Let's get right into it. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei sat down with White House officials following the preview release of Claude Mythos, the company's cybersecurity-focused frontier model. The meeting, which took place on Friday, April 17th, was confirmed by the Associated Press, which reported that White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles personally met with Amodei to discuss the model's national security implications. The concern centers on the fact that Mythos can reportedly identify thousands of high-severity software vulnerabilities and autonomously write exploit code for them. That is a significant leap in what an AI system can do in the cybersecurity space. Anthropic has chosen not to release Mythos publicly and is instead keeping it in a limited preview, with only a few dozen organizations under what the company calls Project Glasswing, which emphasizes defensive use cases first. In a statement shared through the AP, Anthropic said the meeting explored how Anthropic and the U.S. government can work together on key shared priorities, such as cybersecurity and AI safety. Both sides characterized the meeting as productive and constructive. This is a notable moment, because it represents a frontier AI model going directly from preview to a federal policy conversation, which shows a level of seriousness and responsibility from Anthropic in how they are handling this rollout. Now, closely tied to the Mythos story is what Anthropic did with its publicly available model, Claude Opus 4.7. Anthropic launched Opus 4.7 on April 16th as a major upgrade for advanced software engineering tasks and long-running task consistency. But here is the interesting part. Anthropic confirmed that it used new techniques to what they call differentially reduce the cyber offensive capabilities in Opus 4.7. In plain terms, this means they intentionally scaled back the model's ability to do things like find and exploit security flaws, even though the underlying architecture could handle those tasks. As Tom's Guide put it, Anthropic admitted to purposely making a model dumber in certain areas to protect the world. On the company blog, Anthropic described Opus 4.7 as a notable improvement with particular gains on the most difficult tasks. But the cyber gating is a deliberate choice to keep the most sensitive capabilities locked behind the Mythos tier, which is not publicly available. Analysts are calling Opus 4.7 the civilian-safe version of the technology. Alongside this launch, API deprecation timelines have started circulating, showing that earlier Opus and Sonnet model variants will be retired by June 2026. So developers building on Claude's ecosystem will need to plan their migration. This is one of the first confirmed instances of a major AI company performing post-training capability gating, specifically targeting offensive domains, meaning they trained the model and then went back in to selectively turn down its ability to do harmful things while keeping its other skills intact. That is a significant safety precedent and a sign that these companies are developing more nuanced tools for managing what their models can and cannot do. The media reaction to all of this has been swift. On April 22nd, Yahoo Tech published a widely shared article with the headline framing Mythos as a major escalation in AI cyber capability. The piece emphasized that Anthropic is withholding the full public release, specifically because of the risk it poses. Industry commentary in the broader coverage noted that AI-enhanced vulnerability discovery could collapse intrusion windows from hours to seconds, meaning the time between finding a flaw and exploiting it shrinks dramatically. Meanwhile, Axios reported that financial markets are actually responding positively to Anthropic's announcements, with JP Morgan analysts calling the Mythos news a key catalyst for related stock movement. So there is an interesting split happening, where public conversation is focused on fear and risk while investors see the defensive applications and the overall advancement as a net positive. That divergence is worth paying attention to, because it reflects the dual nature of this kind of technology. Used defensively, a model like Mythos could be an incredibly powerful tool for finding and fixing vulnerabilities before bad actors can exploit them, and that is exactly the framing Anthropic is pushing with its controlled rollout. On a more practical front, developers in Anthropic's ecosystem are dealing with some friction. A Reddit thread that gained significant traction on April 22nd shows Anthropic publicly responding to community concerns about changes to Claude Code, their coding-focused product. Developers have been voicing frustration over shifting usage limits and product constraints. The timing is not coincidental, since this lines up with the broader infrastructure reshuffling happening as Anthropic transitions to Opus 4.7 and manages the rollout of Mythos. API deprecation timelines are in play. Older model versions are being retired, and usage policies are being adjusted to accommodate the next generation of models. For developers who rely on predictable workflows and consistent access, these kinds of changes can be disruptive, and the community feedback with hundreds of votes on the thread shows how engaged and vocal the developer base is. Anthropic stepping into that thread to respond directly is a good sign that they are at least listening and trying to address concerns in real time, even if the underlying tension between scaling frontier models and maintaining a stable developer experience is not going away anytime soon.
Thank you for listening to AI Convo Cast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks, and hope to see you again next time.